Now, it's a lifestyle many of us would love, but for our next guest, her first visit to a farm proved to be a life-changing moment.
Yeah, despite being raised in the city, Hannah Jackson moved out of the country, out of the city into the country and bought some animals and began a very successful business.
And she joins us now. Good morning, Hannah.
Morning, Hannah. Oh, look at the pig.
Good morning.
Oh, it's good to have you with us. So, Hannah, you are known as the Red Shepherdess. How did this all happen? Where did this all start from?
Yeah, so I was from the Wirral originally, so I had a very kind of townie upbringing, and then 8 years ago when I was 20, I decided that actually I wanted to farm. And that's kind of where it all began, and the rest is history since then, so to say.
Like, I'm looking at you feeding this beautiful little pig, and I get it, I totally get it. But what was it for you that thought, you know what, I'm going to turn my back on town life, I've had enough of this? Was there a particular life-changing moment that happened to you?
Yeah, so I mean, my kind of whole plan while I was growing up was to work with marine mammals. So that's kind of what I set my mind and dreams to. And then one day when I was in the Lake District with my family, I was on a walk and I just saw like a little lamb born there and then right in front of me. And it was just a light bulb moment. I was like, I wanted to be outdoors, I wanted to be working with animals every day, and it just felt perfect. And to bring new life into the world was just the most amazing thing ever.
Hannah, are you cueing those chickens and pigs right now? Because you've literally, it's like you're talking and cue the chicken. And this kind of really cute chicken just walks by and then the little pig's drinking the milk. I tell you what, that pig...
That's it, we are... Oh, yeah, Tiny, this is Tiny, the pig. We hand-reared her, so she's only 7 weeks old. But as you can imagine, like, an animal lover growing up, now everything that I wanted when I was little is all on the farm. So there's chickens, there's ducks, there's a horse, there's sheep, there's goats, there's everything.
So, Hannah, where do you start? How does it work? If someone's watching this and just thinking, this is what I want to do, you know, you've gone out there, like you said, you're a self-confessed townie and you've become a farmer. So what advice would you give people? Where did you start?
Yeah, so when I first started farming, like, I think I had so many kind of different, like, stereotypes I had to break. Like, obviously, I was a Scouser, I was a townie, I had red hair, I'd never stepped foot on a commercial farm before. But I always think it's one of those things, like, if you've got a dream and you want to make it a reality, you'll do whatever it takes. So, I mean, I rang so many doors, I sent so many emails, I applied for so many jobs that I wasn't not even ready for. And I just hoped for that first break, which came as a week in Keswick, and I stayed in there for 9 months and then I never left Cumbria from there.
Right.
And what, your whole family's involved in this as well, so how do they find it?
Yeah, so they kind of fell in love with also, like, the way of life in the countryside and the way of farming is, and we all kind of made the big shift to come up to Cumbria, and they absolutely love it. Like, obviously, they've got their own lives as well, and they're really, really busy. My sister's a doctor, mum and dad have got their own company that goes all over the country, so they just get involved wherever they can. Like, they love lambing sheep, they love doing any maintenance jobs, so, yeah, we've all fell into it really naturally.
And just out of interest, how has the farming community accepted you? I mean, has it all been positive?
Yeah, I mean, on the whole, the industry is so amazing. I always say, like, the agriculture industry is so tight-knit and they always look out for each other so much. But it's quite a hard industry to break into. But I've always had, like, amazing support. I've had a few times where I've had, like, kind of trolls from inside my industry, which has kind of been horrible at times. But they are a minority, and it's just taken me a while to kind of learn how to use that as determination rather than get me down.
And where does that come from, do you think? I mean, look, it's their problem, it's not your problem, but where does that come from, the origins of that? Is that, you know, is that to do with the fact you're a woman? Is that to do with the fact you're a townie, or a combination of everything?
I think it's a combination of everything, and I think I did kind of jump up into the industry quite quickly, but I mean, that's only because I threw myself into every opportunity, and I went for everything. I'm one of those people that says yes to everything. So, yeah, I don't know if it's insecurity or jealousy, but, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? And I think a lot of people say, oh, well, you're in the public eye, like, that's just what you have to get used to. And that's why I like to talk about things so openly now, like, not for self-pity, not to shame those people, but to make it so, like, we don't normalise that people are trolled or bullied online.
100%. And, you know, it's their issue, it's not your issue. So tell us about your book, Call Me Red, A Shepherd's Story. When did you decide to put pen to paper and write about your experiences?
Yeah, so, I mean, we started writing the book last year. And I think it was just, naturally, it was just a great time to talk about it. I mean, people have been following, like, the Red Shepherdess journey for so long now, but there was years and years of my life before that people have no idea about. So the book was great to kind of fill everybody in on that. And it massively focuses on, like, mindset, determination, breaking stereotypes and proving people wrong. And that's kind of what I'm really passionate about, is connecting people back to the countryside, but also being, like, as much of a role model as I can, that no matter what, like, gender, what sexuality, what background, what religion you are, like, you can be, like, whoever you want to be, and we're not defined by these, like, society stereotypes that are drilled into us from so young.
I absolutely love that. That's
Good
just
for
so
you,
beautiful.
Hannah. Great message.
Thank you so much.
Best of
And
luck
how's
with everything.
Fraser? I've got to say, Fraser's
Thank
been
you.
on the journey all the way through. Fraser, your dog.
Yeah, so Fraser was sat with me, and in typical Fraser style, he's ran away as soon as we go live, which happens all the time. But yeah, he's like my best friend, and he's been my consistent the whole way. Like, when I first came to Cumbria, I didn't know anybody, I had no friends or family, and like over the last 8 years, he's been there through every celebration, every crying behind a wall, like he's been there. So yeah, he's like irreplaceable in life.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah.
Good day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.